What's up, guys? I'm gonna be showing you how to get the closure trophy, and I've seen some guides on this. I thought it was a little confusing, but I'm gonna show you my way of doing it and how I've done it. And I'm actually on my girls at the moment
We shall
for this
awaken
first
here,
little clip
Master.
because I just wanted to show you where to get the pawn back when you do go to the after you get the trophy for stabbing yourself, and then you end up killing the dragon. You fall out of the sky, and then you appeared in the Unmoored World. And what you'll do is you'll need to get your pawn back for the first thing. And I'm just showing you where to go and like where your pawn will be. I'm pretty sure it may be a mission. Like there should be a mission, but I'm just showing you where to go for if you're confused. So you go up these stairs, and your pawn will be on the other side of this door, and she'll just be laying in the bed right there. She'll be right there. To get to the Unmoored World, you'll need to attack the dragon right here. If you accidentally just walked away from the dragon, or you ended up, fighting the dragon instead of doing what you needed to do to get to the world or whatever, where everything's ending, you can also talk to this guy right here, and right before the game completely ends, or if you have a save after you know, the game ends. Either way, like if you didn't start New Game Plus, you can just talk to this guy, and he will take you back to where you're on the dragon, and you can do what you got to do to go to the Unmoored World. I actually use this method right here to get all the endings. I just kept talking to him, and I also had a backup save right where, like right here. So I think it was right here, or maybe it was. Yeah, it actually was. Like I had a backup save for the ending, so I can just reload the save, and it would take me back to this part right here every time.
You would still resist your fate. Understand you the folly of such a decision. Even the beating of your reclaimed heart was born of the great will of this world. Yet you would abandon it. Everything in this world, all that you have come to know as reality, is the creation of the great will. Should that will be lost, no mortal being can survive. However, if regret yet assails your spirit, then perhaps you should reaffirm your choice. Witness with your own eyes, or through the eyes of another, the fate of this world.
It is thy will to defend the world, then thou needst simply bring me low. Yet what reason hast thou to attempt such a feat? I need merely look into thine eyes to know the answer to that. Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will just as I do. Yet dost thou know what awaiteth the world should it meet such a fate? Would make
So when you're at this point right here, you pretty much just use the God's Bane sword on yourself. And you can actually get a trophy right here for doing this. And this is how you get to the place you need to go. I'm not going to show any more than this right here because I feel like it's just a lot of time. This video is already long enough. And this is where I got the trophy for using the sword on myself. Just figured I'd include that. So there's going to be 3 trophies in this video.
You find it strange. But this is your world.
So after you've gotten your pawn back, I'm going to be showing you everything I've done up until getting the trophy. And I know it's a long video, but I didn't want to leave anything out. And, someone get confused or lost or, not gonna understand what the way you need to do this. Because if, I did it once and there are some things that you do need to know, like I'll be talking about later in the video, that you need to do for like certain ways of doing things. I'll explain later. But the first part right here, after you got your pawn, you'll need to come to this red beam right here in Batal, and it will appear like right after you get your pawn, or at least it did for me. So as soon as I got my pawn, I was on my way out and it appeared right there in front of me, because it wasn't there at first for me for some reason. And I noticed the last one was kind of the same as well. I'll explain that later.
Light of my magic, I shatter the heavens.
I grant you lightning's fangs. Ye really pushing your luck. Most things can't always go my way.
What was that all about?
That's what you get.
Principles unproven are... It seems this is the only way forward.
An exemplary performance.
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt.
Enough, Danny. Follow me. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us. Principles unproven as dust.
Turns my stomach, this does.
I will protect you.
Naught can be achieved without sacrifice.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be... Only to...
The beast's foul powers are twice as terrible in the flesh. Alas, a theory unproven is of little practical use.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen. During my time with Lord Phasus, I found myself in a strange state of being. I was conscious of nothing. Nothing, that is, save your presence, Master. Full glad am I that we have been reunited.
Yep, that's where our heartening thoughts end. The world is now in peril. Much to be done.
Few know the real nature of the dragon.
If you would.
There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
This part right here, he does seem to always die, so it's good to have a wake stone on you. I'm not sure, like, if it affects anything, but just to be safe, I revived him either way. But it was,
At once, Master.
like, it still completed the mission. Like, when I went and destroyed the little statue over there, it still completed it, so I'm not sure if he needed to be revived, because, you know, I'd done it once where he died, and then I'd done it and didn't save him. I'd done it again, you know, actually saving him, because I had to restart from the beginning,
In mind, Master?
because I wasn't able to, like I said, there's a very important part, I wasn't able to get to the very bottom like I needed to, the very bottom area to get to the last red beam, and I'll explain that a little later why I wasn't able to.
What a singular creature. Is this what called the monsters forth? I should like to capture it and bring it back to the lab. There is much that might be learned from it. Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. But I trust you won't, after all. Go, do what you someday soon, and on that day,
And here we are. In the
And right
bloody
now, I'm just coming to pick up a fairy stone. I'm going to the closest city next to the next red beam that I gotta do. And then I'll be going to the entrance of the red beam, or where you start to head toward it. And then I'm just gonna skip straight to the red beam so it ain't taking so much time.
Many thanks.
Now,
Need anything?
where was I bound again?
This might be worth a read.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
I should be glad to assist you, Arisen. I shall heal you at once. Wait a moment. Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but I do so admire your poise on the battlefield, Master. You embody the essence of all a magic archer should be. Stout or dead! Holy attacks are our best weapon against this foe.
On it can take spell, but overwhelm our foe with our combined magic. Over so soon? Queer little shopping vermin, eh? That sounds like an apt description of Ibrahim's strength.
Where are the skeletons? It has a resistance to ice. Not even Burnworth is safe from the field destruction. Now we face a foe no less ruthless than Ryan. I shall not rest till it has tasted every ounce of fear it has inflicted.
And will overwhelm our foe with our combined magic. I shall see to it that this does not happen again.
without their support.
Rise, raging winds, and scatter our foes!
Are the rest of you bearing all right? You must needs heal swiftly, before 'tis too late.
Let us finish this, and pass this blighted cloud and dragon from the kingdom. It is ideal terrain for fighting so nimble a foe. Let us use this fight to find an optimal place to strike it.
Now I understand. We're under attack!
Light of my magic, I shatter the heavens. Prepare yourself! Glad to assist you, please. For a moment, I thought I'd met my end. But thanks to you, Arisen. The creature is defeated! He's hoping this will be enough to forestall the Red Cloud's advance.
Skeletons, there! Fire's fury shan't be of aid against this foe. Master, I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going with my quest. I only hope we don't encounter any foes. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for her. My curative magics are at your disposal.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. If we share our strengths, we can be...
Non li atilmo. Yardmen ran sort.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travel.
Now we're on to the second red beam, which is the next location that you would need to go to.
unprepared for such a struggle. I will finish this, here and now. The fiend moves movement by clinging to the terrain. Try to keep it within your gaze at all times. Mayhap, if we follow close behind it, we could find a way to get ourselves into an advantageous position. part of it. I grant you lightning strikes. We've an opening. Focus your attacks. A focused attack will end this foe. Blind have receded. We'll not find a better opening. Strike the horn. Now!
Now that you've completed
It is
that
heartening to
one,
think that the
you'll need
peril
to
has
go,
passed by.
because the next red beam won't appear for you until later, after after a certain town gets destroyed, and I'll explain that a little later, because it's very important that you make sure you do a specific thing before that happens. But so you'll just go to this location and you'll go ahead and start the mission that you need to start for getting all the townspeople to start heading to safety or whatever.
Why do you Alas, indeed. I was dubbed. Yes. How else to explain? Fulton and.
I see you have returned. The Mad Sovereign. If you would save, for this place may chant.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that they're...
And the way I did it was start from bottom and go up. I don't really know if it matters. I just figured that would be the smart thing to do. So, I went to the excavation site, and it'll do a little cutscene. You'll have a little fight, and then you'll talk to this guy. And
I can't wait to find out what's inside.
that's pretty much the first thing you got to do is just convince the people to leave here first, and then on to the next part. Now, the important part that I really want to get across to you all is make sure you leave a port crystal, because the really important thing that I wanted to talk about is if you, in my experience, I couldn't get the red beam to pop up. I've seen that some people seem to completed all the red beams and already had the red beam waiting for them in that, where I go to the last one to end the game and get the trophy. But I'm not sure how they got the red beam to appear and do it before they even, got the townspeople to leave the towns. I don't know how they did that. But my red beam did not appear until pretty much one of the towns were destroyed. And you'll see that later in the video. And I'm not sure why. So just make sure you do that, or you won't be able to get back down here. You won't be able to do it on foot, because the town above this one will already be, it'll be too late for that town. It'll pretty much be unaccessible. It's like when you fall in the water. So when you go to try to go to the excavation site, it'll be like jumping in the water. When you get to that other town, it will not let you. It'll disappear you back. There's no getting through the town to get to here. So.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Oh, excellent find.
Look! Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Thank you, friend. This place does not... I'd gladly come follow me. We'll see what... It is a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set captured pawns to work. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know. Well, they refuse to leave. I know they don't... I never wanted to be... I suppose that's why I... At any rate...
I'll hold.
The command we are to remain here.
I implore you.
So they're staying... And they told you that. Strange. But never mind that. It was the Overseer's... When the world changed, but on his way out, I expect that order... Listen, friend. If the Overseer's command... Use that key to have... Best keep your eyes peeled for...
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
A door of sturdy make. Twill be impassable without the key.
We must needs find the key.
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
So, I'll wager he always was us. At any rate, I only hope they'll... But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to... My word! With this, now there's no chance. Seems I've no end. I appreciate all you've done.
It is strange to think a god's sway would be used to guide my brethren to safety. After all the woe they have caused us. A result to be proud of.
We have a key, do we not?
Shall we try it on the door?
Not much fun to be had around here.
I should be glad to assist you, Arisen.
You're all right. I got you.
Ah, I remember. It is a miracle you're still alive. Father, but I think we're a bit short. In fact, the blacksmith.
So now that you're in the volcano town, this is the one that was unaccessible. Like I wasn't able to go here. I wasn't able to go to my port crystal here.
I only hope we can convince
So,
them to join the evacuation.
like where I didn't have a port
Right you
crystal at the excavation site, I had to completely restart and do all this over. So I don't know why, but
Now.
it's just what happened to me.
After all that-
Like I said, I had
Would
to
you be so
sleep.
kind as to us?
Well, I didn't tell you
Let
all
us see
this,
our
but you'll
charges
see
to
later.
the encampment.
I had to
Be
sleep
mindful. The
and
path seems much changed since last we
wait.
walked it.
Like after I'd got all the towns saved or whatever, I had to sleep at the main place. You'll see later in the video, and it ends up the red beam appears, and then that was when I was able to go to it right before getting the trophy and heading back to
Well,
the
here we are. How long before the
the
evacuation?
very last
You
red
find-
beam,
Let him know that we'll wait.
which will be the fourth one, and that's where you get the trophy.
How many times, now bugger off and leave. Ah, I'm afraid there's another concerns the fella. The man's something of a. I sought him out. I must confess. Could I, at this point, he thinks.
Perhaps we might speak with this Sir Lamond. Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall sniff them out and...
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. This might be worth a read.
Aye? What would... I'm here to live my life as I see fit. Aye. Why don't ye do it? Aye. I heard out ye request.
Sir Lamont
Or
has
this guy
refused to
that
lend his aid,
I'm about to
and it
talk
seems
to,
there's little hope of changing his
he,
mind. Let
for
us
some
inform
reason,
Sir Ernest.
declined, and it did not affect
This I did not
me
expect.
whatsoever, so don't worry about that if he
I'm
declines to
attentive
help,
and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
because for some reason he did to me, and I could not, well, like, there was no way of me fixing it, so, you know, I guess maybe if I would have done his mission or whatever before, but it's too late for that.
So, the hour of our depart will be slow go. Yet, come what may.
So now we'll be heading to the city of Batal. That'll be the next city that I did.
Oh, that took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
Welcome, and well met. Always a pleasure.
Nothing caught your eye? Oh, that's a shame. Let's hope there's aught worth our coin next time.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
I'll not take that from you!
Pray calm yourselves, good people.
So, Manella, you...
No, you don't. We shan't weather this calamity. Ah, the people I maintain all but enough of my woes. You wish, after all, alas, should we proceed with every soul as such, and should you encounter such efforts will as for me.
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate, Master. Due caution is advised, methinks.
I've had well... I reckon the world would be... Oi, you! Aye! Leave off! Have you lost your blood? Reckon you could just... What's the matter with you?
Well met.
Oi! Why must I share with a fat... You there! Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Is this some kind... You can...
I owe you thanks. This ought to be a lesson to me, come to think of it.
Your response has proven their prejudices faulty. I dare say those gentlemen will bury the hatchet anon.
I concur.
You slander my... This is no...
Now, if we are to otherwise, who...
Well, sir, this knave, he said my swords...
'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel.
You have my gratitude.
Have at you!
Ow! Such humiliation.
Coming to you. Scared? Not on your life. I'm not agreeing with this.
Keep back! I ought to thank you.
Aye. Consider...
I was most surprised when you intervened in their duel. Did you aim to temper their pride by proving neither your equal?
The people of Batar, we shall see the fruit prey return to heavens only know how many.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought to be willing to commence the evacuation now.
By your leave. Others may yet be evacuated.
Let us begin with the place most likely to be marked for destruction.
Slim pickings of late. My mood and my touch.
It is my duty to devote my life to prayer.
Slim pickings of late. My mood and my touch.
The heavens heed his wish. Pray, slow your...
I know not what to... Empress Nadine, Her Majesty, I must ask you to wait.
What you have your journey can
Pray, excuse indeed.
Batal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
Outstanding.
Less fleet of foot.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. The end of the world, though, 'twas a tragedy. You a sense of if there is safe harbor, I doubt I could. Methinks your after the false solve, if the people will heed.
Maintaining order in Vermund must be quite a burden upon the young. Agentkin, let us aid him however we may.
'Tis easily done. You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more? If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
Slim pickings of late. My mood and my touch.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. I'd sooner say that were it possible. Would that all my days.
So you've come. Captain Brandt has all. Truth be told, so long as my ministers have the only remaining I have tried to make. However, I can't. If I cannot convince now, there are. We will require. Might I? You may assure him that the.
Queen Regent, between you and me. Have you covered? I shall go to the grave. So do as you will. What are you doing?
Unhand me at once! Guards, help me!
You have bought Mother Sven. You may leave us.
Couldn't hurt to put my feet at the moment. Sure.
I pray naught goes amiss.
Bunch of sluggards.
Be gone with you. And if you think I require the use of...
This might be worth a read.
What are you doing? No! Spare! I fear for my life.
Well, as a matter of fact, it didn't sit right anyhow. And if that craven come...
Minister Allard has fled, and good riddance. I doubt there ever was a more cravenly character in all Vermund.
True enough. It seems we must part ways for the time being.
Ah, you've returned. You do. That puts paid to the last...
And for this part, it helps if you have someone that understands Elvish. And I'm not for sure, but when I was talking to him without someone that understood it, it seemed like he wouldn't agree to have everybody leave. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I could have sworn I slept like 4 times or more, and I just went and got one that did understand Elvish, so I'm not sure completely on that, but it's hard to tell because I couldn't understand it anyway, so I didn't know if he was saying the same thing or not.
As Arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven people. Let us follow our guide, that we might speak with him.
True enough.
I cannot stand to...
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
Findernar. Kasinke karilm ilme.
Mornambue ruornike.
Kemenindo eteler.
I'm afraid my father, if only the Arbor Heart.
Lungtena. Lungtena peli telume. Lungtena peli telum.
I'm afraid if only the Arbor Heart were...
A chest. I'll examine its contents, shall I? That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Elelot osto silfa malantha alekan.
Getting proper rest is an
'Twas a kind... I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Onde kasinke fanil.
Kemen Ross.
Kiriando Unmindor hero. Kiriando Unmindor.
I'm afraid if only the Arbor Heart...
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Elelot osto silfa malantha ale...
We must rest, though the... As a matter of fact, the pride of the elves is evident in their conduct as much as their noble bearing. One can see why they are content to maintain distance from the other races.
Lungtena peli telume. Lungtena peli telum.
If only the Arbor Heart...
Lungtena pe...
Nandewin morteren nicalis. The sky glows.
Nun ve oyonda atar.
Elelote and osto silfa malantha alekan.
I have no issue falling asleep. I've a feeling fortune shall favor us this day.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. Feeling rested, I trust?
Fa alcarwa sil non via palan. My tenefir melto.
Fionar Alcarwa Vanelin Huros.
The elves have evacuated, leaving their ancestral home behind. But surely their survival is worth such a cost?
A resounding success!
And after you have evacuated Burnworth, Batal, and Elf's Arbor,
During my
you pretty
time aboard
much
Phaesus, I found myself in a strange state
that's how you get the trophy that I'm showing right now. I'd got it earlier the previous time, but them are the towns that you need to evacuate. So just remember, it's only Burnworth, Batal, or it's got a BA in the front, but and Elf's Arbor. So just remember that.
That went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and analyze the situation.
And now, like I said, for the last one, it still hasn't popped up yet. But what I did to get it to finally pop up, the last red beam, is I came here and just ended up sleeping a day. And it popped right up. But it was after that town had been destroyed. So you'll see in just a second.
We must rest, though the sun is still...
Fancy a look at my wares? Are you in the market for something in particular? Do come again. Are you in the market for something in... particular? Do come again.
We found a key, did we not?
We might as well give it a go.
Dragon was no ordinary beast.
Which means there's naught for it but to stand and fight.
Well done. Fire must be put out near our comrade burns. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. All together now. We attack as one.
I shall lead the charge.
By your leave. That was a skillful bit of thinking. You do your vocation proud.
More clear.
death.
One thing's for certain. We've no problem scaring it away.
Removing the red portions will reveal weaknesses we can exploit.
Understood.
The fiend is quick, as one might expect in serpents. Take care not to let it slither up behind you.
Not aware of the particulars.
Opening. Strike the horn, now! Our foe is repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe, at least for the time being.
I see you do not relent.
But that's pretty much how I did it. I'm not sure how you get it. Like, you do that before. I don't know if you can get that to pop up before. I think you may be able to, but I'm not sure really if like how else you would get that to pop up. That's how it popped up for me, that very last red beam. So I hope that helps you out, because I was definitely confused on that part, and well, I had to restart, so hope you don't have to do that. Maybe it'll prevent you from having to do that.
snuffed out like candles by the cold breath of oblivion. Eventually, the Great Will tired of witnessing this. It sought to overturn oblivion by granting unto it a role, a duty, an identity. I speak of the dragon. By the Great Will does the dragon create a cycle, allowing it to forestall the end of this world time and time again. Yes, Arisen, this world has been safeguarded by the dragon. You yourself were chosen to form a part of this cycle. The Arisen is selected by the Great Will to play the role of the dragon's counterpart. That is how this world is made. The dragon serves to continue the cycle, and the Arisen exists to oppose it. This is the true meaning of the dragon's law. Once, everyone in this world had a role to play. For a well-crafted tale has no excess. There must be a reason for each character's inclusion. Yet, this means that should even one of these characters stray from their assigned role, the tale entire will unravel. And if it does, their world will end. Such is the choice you have made, Arisen. By rejecting your own duty in this world, you have robbed all others of the chance to fulfill the roles they receive. The cause are no exception. Born of the nothingness of the and grasp the role of aiding in the perpetuation of the cycle. Yet, bereft of the dragon, that role has been unwritten. Only nothingness knoweth.
Tis clear to me now, Arisen. I am no longer a mere vessel. Your great will has imbued me with a lesser will of my own. Will is power. 'Tis the means to shape the world as one desires.
Oblivion fades. This tale's end has been unwritten. My heart, it aches. A new world comes. A new tale is set to unfold. Yet, it seems I will not be there to watch.
And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, hit that like button and subscribe. Be sure to check out some of my other videos as well. I do a lot of different trophy guides. I have over 1,000, and I do a pretty good wide variety of different games as well. Mostly games that I enjoy, though.